The views and opinions expressed in this podcast by the host and or the guest do not necessarily reflect the views of the host and or Paranormal Buzz Radio and or its sponsors. Use of any material produced by Paranormal Buzz Radio without express written consent is prohibited. Paranormal Buzz Radio will not be held responsible for you holding your knees, crying, and rocking in a corner in a puddle of your own urine, or being beheaded by a group of children in a cornfield. In fact, if you come across a group of children in a cornfield, we promise to make fun of you as you run away screaming in terror. Listener discretion is advised. You are now entering the all-consuming realm of Shea's Paranormal Chat, where the things that are better left unsaid are actually said.
Shut up and sit down.
You're listening to Shea's Paranormal Chat. Paranormal podcasting done Shea's way. Tons of fun.
Dude, seriously?
A bit sarcastic.
Hashtag investigator, not hunter.
But always real.
Hashtag data, not evidence.
Don't get your panties in a twist.
Oh my god, really?
This is real, raw conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Good evening, everybody. TGIF, welcome to Shea's Paranormal Chat. This is Shea Carroll, and of course we have Kelly McCarville. How's everybody doing tonight on awesome Friday? How you doing, Kel?
I'm good. I sound a little better than you sound like you're doing.
I sound better than Take Two just did a minute ago.
Right? That was, yeah. This cold you got is lingering, definitely.
Well, now I had the flu. I had a severe flu, and now it's just cold symptoms. Thank God. I actually feel better. I just sound worse.
Yeah. That's sometimes hard, though, because people know you've been sick, and then you sound like crap, and everybody's still like, oh, she's sick. No, I just can't get rid of the crud, or, you know. I mean, like right now, too, my allergies are going spastic, so I sound like I'm all phlegmy, but it's just allergies, I swear to God. Or it's the coronavirus, one or the other.
Right? Like I keep telling people, they keep making jokes asking me if I have it, and I keep saying, no, I have the Bud Light virus.
But don't bump. Oh, too funny.
So, sorry for the delay, guys. People must have thought I was dying. Matt messaged me, is everything okay? Because, like, I start my show at exactly 8 o'clock, unless Kelly's late.
Which happens more often than it should. Anybody who knows Kelly knows that I am historically late to everything I go to. My mom has always said I'm going to be late to my own funeral.
Yep.
Yeah, well, you know, I am a wizard. I arrive exactly when I'm supposed to. Precisely when I'm supposed to.
Precisely. And not a second before.
Anyways.
So, this is like deja vu because this is the third time we started the show.
It's like we've done this before. We're in this stupid groundhog loop or something.
Yeah, that was weird. So. Anyways.
So, we're just winging it tonight, kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we, you know, we try to be on the ball about things and get guests lined up, but sometimes things don't work out exactly the way they're supposed to, or we don't get the responses that we expect. So, you know, yeah, Shea and I are winging it tonight.
Maybe the guest has the coronavirus. Maybe they're really, really sick.
Maybe.
Maybe. So, I got the wrong show notes here. So, yeah, we're just gonna talk a little bit, and I only have one rule for the show, and that is Darren cannot ask you any questions he asked you last night.
Oh, okay.
And he cannot ask me any questions that he asked me Tuesday when we pre-recorded a show for coming up in a couple weeks here. So, there you go,
Okay.
Darren. Those are your rules.
All right.
All right, I'm going to give some shout-outs before I lose my voice. We have Allison, Christopher,
Sorry, I did
Darren,
not find that funny. But...
Kim, Matt, Mama Deb's in the house.
Miss Shea, of course, is in there.
I'm
Did you
in
already
there.
say Allison?
Some Kelly
Yeah.
girls in there.
Some crazy Kelly lady.
Yeah.
You should really ban her from the show. She's kind of a menace.
I know, but if I ban her, then she'd be lonely.
I would be. I'd be so bored. Oh my gosh. No, you have to hang on to me for a few more weeks because then it gets iffy from there.
I know. I'm taking advantage of you while I have you.
Yeah, I was just thinking I should probably be looking at my calendar and letting you know when I will and won't be there.
I just know you'll be here in March, and after that it gets iffy.
Yeah, it gets pretty iffy. I know I won't be there the first Friday of April. Potentially the 3rd. Definitely not the 4th. Yeah, you know. Oh, it gets good times.
I wish somebody could live the life in the life. What is that saying? The day in the life of Shea Carroll. I'm telling you.
I don't know that I'd want your life. I mean, don't take that wrong.
I don't want my life. No.
That came out entirely wrong. That's not what I meant. What I meant is, like, you spend so much time doing technology stuff, doing, like, banners and shows and promotions and electronics. And it's like, no. I don't want electronics and technology, and I'm not creative. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Like I said last week, I even learned how to update the website.
That's just craziness to me.
It is crazy.
You know, and I think people take for granted how much work goes into all of that, because there's times that, like, I'm working on a banner for something that I'm doing, and I've been fretting over it for hours. I mean, literally have been working on it for hours. And finally I reach out to Shea and I'm like, okay, fine. I need you to do this for me. Here's what needs to be on it. And 10 minutes later, she sends me back this beautiful banner and flyer. And I'm like, you suck and I love you.
I've been doing it for a long time, so.
Yeah.
And
just not good at it.
your event banners aren't quite 10 minutes, but.
Well, okay, 15.
I get ideas and then I go from there, so. So yeah, you guys, anybody out there needs event banners done, I'm really cheap, so hook me
She
up.
is cheap. She's inexpensive as well.
I see the questions coming in. We will get to them. Thank you for asking. Hello, Mama Pat. Thank you for joining us. Yeah.
I don't know for sure, but my oldest son might actually be listening with Mama Pat potentially.
Is
That's
that
crazy.
Austin?
That would be Austin, yes.
Hello.
My little science engineer boy.
Hello,
Don't know for sure if he's listening,
Mr.
but
Moon Spinner.
it would not be the first time that people thought he was my husband. It was weird. We went out to eat someplace. We were at Olive Garden, and the waitress came up and she's like, "And what are you two lovely people celebrating tonight?" And I'm like, that I gave birth to him? I don't know.
That's funny.
It's like, dude, this isn't a date. He's my kid. Oh, well.
Hey, that just means you look young enough to date your oldest
Or
son.
that Austin looks like he's 1,200 years old, one or the other.
Oh, well, you know.
If he doesn't, but that's besides the point. Mama Pat said, we just had that discussion about him being your husband.
Yep.
Yeah. He's a good kid. He doesn't look like mine. So I don't know how my kids turned out to be mine. And he is, I swear to God, if he didn't look just like his father, I'd swear he wasn't mine. But So everybody knows me. I'm short, fat, dark. He is 6'4", blonde. Like when he was a little boy, he was that blonde, the light blonde, blue eyes, anorexic. He's so not my kid.
Wow.
But he looks just like his father. Yeah. So he's a good kid. I love my Austin.
Oh,
he's with Mom and Pat tonight.
Definitely Carol's, that's for sure. Definitely. Let's see. He's sort of listening.
That's about the best we could hope for from him.
Yeah.
He at best he tolerates all this woo-woo stuff.
Yeah, that's right. He's the one that tolerates.
He's my science kid.
Yeah.
He's my science kid. And he's not bad about it. I mean, don't take that wrong. It's not that he doesn't support what I do or anything. He's not quite sure what he thinks about all of it.
He's like my Devin. Yeah. My son Devin supports me, but yeah, he's not.
But he's perfectly fine if we leave him out of it.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I'm sure he's thrilled that I'm on this paranormal show talking about him.
Okay.
Right.
Sorry, Mr. Moonspinner.
Nah. I pick on him anyways.
All right, I'm going to do this a little backwards. Christopher's asking who my favorite psychic is. That would be Mrs. Moonspinner.
Oh, you brown noser.
Oh, I am.
You're a brown noser.
Yeah. I'm going to hit you up for something. I need something. I'm going to hit you up after the show so I can,
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
All right.
I'm just kidding. No, yeah. I don't know if I have a favorite psychic, famous TV psychic or anything. I mean, I love that.
Yeah.
Tyler Henry. I love that kid.
I've heard a lot of good things about him.
I love him.
I just don't really know much about him.
I'm hooked on the show. I can't wait for it to start back up. Hollywood Medium. So, that would be my favorite TV one. I have no idea what the square root of... I can't read. My tissues are in the way.
630672. I bet Mama Pat could figure that out.
Oh, she'll be giving us an answer.
She probably doesn't
quick.
even need a calculator. Sometimes. All right, I'm going to scroll back here because I'm doing a horrible job.
No, I got the questions here lit up on my phone. Okay. What's my favorite color? My favorite color for the most part is black or like a aqua blue.
I like dark purple, like a royal purple. Most of the time I would say that's my favorite, but I don't know even with that if I have a favorite color because it depends on what it is.
Yeah. A favorite gemstone? I don't have a favorite gemstone.
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess Chris didn't ask me what my favorite color was. Well, too bad I answered.
No, I asked you, though.
Sorry. What's your favorite gemstone, Shay?
I don't have one. I really don't.
Oh my gosh! How do you not have a favorite gemstone? How do you what stones do you know?
Like, gemstone as in like regular gemstones. I thought he meant like crystals.
I guess I assumed he meant crystals too.
Yeah, and my answer's still the same. Hi, Fred. Thanks for joining us. And Stephanie. I'm not a jewelry person. I don't own any crystals or anything like that either. I have the necklace you gave me. That's about it. That's as close as I have.
That's hematite, and I can't remember what stones I put on it. But
my favorite psychic. What's my number one rule when investigating? I don't know. I'm sorry, this cold is killing me. Safety. Usually it's safety. Shut your phones off or airplane mode. No being disrespectful to spirits. No provoking. That type stuff. Yeah.
I would almost say that has to be my number one. It's just be respectful of of the spirits, of the location, of the people that you're with.
Yeah.
I think all of that is important.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely respect the location.
But safety is a big one too, and I don't even think so much about like physical, the spiritual safety. I know a lot of people would go to, spiritual safety. I more worry about somebody stepping through a hole in the floor, or walking into things, or falling down a flight of steps because it's dark. That's why I always say, if you're going to be able to take like one or two things with you on an investigation, one of those better be a flashlight.
Yeah, that would help. Always have a flashlight.
Yup.
Sorry if I just coughed. I think I double hit the mute button, so I think I just coughed into the microphone.
It's quite all right.
I can't mute both, so you're hearing it all, but I'm muting them. But
so it was just me who got to hear you cough up a lung? Yeah,
Except that time, I think everybody heard it that time. Every other time, my first vehicle was a Chevy something. My second vehicle was also a Chevy.
So the very first vehicle that I drove was a full-sized van. It was my parents, and I drove that. So the first one that I owned that was mine, I think, was a Chevelle. It looks like a ladybug. A Chevelle? I can kind of picture it. God, I don't know what it was.
The vehicle looked like a ladybug?
Well, it wasn't painted like a ladybug, but it was shaped like a ladybug. It had a little hood, and then it was like rounded, like kind of like a beetle, only flatter. But I spent most of my teenage years. You guys ready for this? Because it's the hottest of the hot cars. I spent most of my teenage years driving around in a Geo Metro convertible. Yup. Talk about a rock star vehicle. It had 3 whole cylinders. 3. It weighed just under 1,500 pounds, so like 4 burly guys could pick it up and move it. Yeah, I loved that car, though. It had 2 seats because there was not room in it for 4. Although there were many times that I had 4 to 5 people in the car. So, no. I got pulled over more than once for that.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
That car got me in a lot of trouble. But yeah. Yep. That was probably the one that I had the longest as a kid.
And my first 2 vehicles are both Chevys. The first one I had for a few months. And then I bought a brand new one. And it was a Chevy something. I don't know. It was white. I know that.
My first one was white. The first one that I bought. I want to say the van that I drove with Mom and Dad's was brown. I don't really remember much about the van or even driving it very much. One of the biggest things I remember is that I hadn't been driving very long, and somehow I managed to run out of gas over by a park clear across town. And I don't even know how I got a hold of him, but somehow I called my dad. And my dad came and filled it up with gas and got it home. And I found out the other day, Mama Pat never knew anything about that. So, yeah, because we were talking. I don't remember how we even got to talking about it. I was telling her about that. She's like, I didn't know about that. I'm like, really?
Uh-oh.
Oops, sorry, Dad.
Yeah. I could tell you the first car I crashed was a Ford Escort. And the first car I totaled was the same car a week later.
Oh my gosh.
I was 15. I was 15. I didn't even have my license yet.
I have never totaled a car. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
I've been in some decent fender benders, though. Yeah, anyways.
I'm just making sure we didn't miss any questions. I don't understand the bubbler question. It's up at the top.
How fast can I run a mile? Ask me how quick I can get through a 6-pack. I might be able to answer that better. I don't know. when you have boobs like this, you don't get to run. You just don't. Sorry, I got astray.
Oh no, I was going to add to that, but I left it alone.
I don't know what he means either. Did you ever get put on a bubbler? I don't know what that means.
I don't either.
I don't know. He'll have to elaborate because I have no idea. All that comes to mind with me is the people who get too many OWIs and they have to blow into the thingy before their car will start. But if that's what he means, no, I never had one of those.
A bubbler, that's a water fountain in Mass. That's what we...
Oh, see, I wouldn't know this.
Yeah.
I can't go into Catholic churches. I burst into flames.
No, I've never done a keg stand.
I think I'm too much of a control freak to let somebody, like, stand me on my head.
Yeah, no, never done a keg stand. Never would.
That's what that is, right? Where they stand you on your head and
think,
you have to drink it upside down or whatever.
I think so, yeah. I believe so.
Yeah.
Keep them coming. This is your chance to ask us these questions, you know.
Oh, you can find out all the dirt about us from the way we're going.
Well, I didn't want to leave everybody hanging and not do a show, so I figured just, you know, I was going to name it Girl Power, but I didn't want to get accused of clickbait or anything, so.
Yeah, Kim, it's just dangerous to run. They hold your legs and you press the cake while drinking.
Can you do a cartwheel?
They hold your legs upside down, though, right?
Yeah, you're upside down, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I mean, I don't want to say 100% for sure, but I think I probably can still do a cartwheel. I was in gymnastics for quite a few years, so I could do the whole cartwheels and round-offs, and I don't know what all I could do. I used to be able to do a back bend and, like,
bridges.
Not look like I was dying. I don't know that I could do a back bend anymore. But I think I could pull off a cartwheel.
I can't.
Haven't done it for a few years, though.
I used to be able to do that stuff, but with the back injury, I can't do.
Oh, yeah.
Between the back injury and the knee injury, I can't do that type of stuff.
Well, and that honestly was my thought. I'm like, I should go try it sometime. And then I'm like, yeah, that's all you need is to crack one of your 2 broken ankles that you've had surgery on. Yeah. That'd work well. Yeah. I may still try it, though, because I'm not real bright. I don't know. I haven't done one for a while.
Who's your mentor? Paranormal mentor.
Wow.
I know, I just got real serious. Sorry.
No, you're fine. You know, I think at this point it kind of depends on what it is that I'm looking for, what aspect it is that I'm looking for. You know, if it's...
How about name a couple then, if you can? Or don't. It's up to you. I don't know if I could answer it, and I just asked a question, so...
So when I started out on my path, when I started learning about my abilities and doing my ghost hunting, I mean, I have to say that my biggest supporter was Mom, and she was the one that I would bounce everything off of, and she'd be the one that I'd ask the questions of, you know. But she also introduced me to the people who'd been doing it longer than either of us had. So, you know, I met one of the times that Mom dragged me out of the house when all this kind of kicked off for me in a public aspect, is when I met one of the guys that I would say was my mentor, probably one of the bigger ones. And he really kind of took me under his wings, and you know, he's the perfect mentor because he'd tell me exactly the things that I needed to hear for encouragement, but he would kick me in my ass if I wasn't doing the things I needed to do too, you know, and he helped a lot. I've been really lucky. I mean, I've had so many people along the way who have supported me and who have offered their advice and their guidance, you know, and it really just depends on what it is that I'm trying to do, who I go to. So, but longest mentor, most definitely Mama Pat.
I love that answer, though.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. No, it's a great answer. I think it changes depending on what it is. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. It really does, you know, because I mean, you know, I'm thinking like, okay, so if I want business on a spiritual type thing, if it's shaman related, so like when I got that realm walker title given to me, I mean, obviously I told Mama Pat and my family first, but I went to Chris Sutton and I asked him about it because he's the most versed shaman that I know. And that was very much like a shamanic experience. So I took that one to him because that was his area of expertise. But if I want to try to figure out how to market something, what's the best places to go to market something, I'm going to reach out to Dan, you know, because Dan's got that crap figured out, you know. It really just kind of depends on what it is that I'm looking for. And, you know, and I think that's probably why I went to Mama Pat, because a lot of times the mentorship I need is just, am I on the right path? Am I doing things the right way? And she's always been kind of my sounding board. She's the one who's always just, she'll tell me when she agrees with me, and she will tell me when she does not. So
we all need people
but that's
in our
what
lives.
I need.
Yeah, we need people in our lives like that will tell you when you're wrong.
Yep. It's a tough question, though.
Huh?
It's a tough question, though, because it really just kind of depends on what it is.
It just popped in my head, so I blurted it out, but I don't have an answer. For podcasting, I would have to say Charla. She has helped me tremendously. Takes time out of her busy schedule. I ask her questions all the time, or she'll reach out to me, and over the past few months she's helped me a lot. So she's busy, and I appreciate the help because she's been doing this longer, the network side of it, you know. So yep. My favorite song. I've answered this before, I think. My favorite song is November Rain by Guns N' Roses.
Wow. I don't know. You know, that again kind of goes with my mood.
Yeah, I have those type, but that's my long-term. Ever since it came out, it's been my favorite song.
I mean, tonight when I was painting before the show, I was listening to music that came with explicit warnings. Last night I was listening to the Outlander soundtrack. So, you know, it varies. It
changes.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm going to be losing my voice here, so if you have any more questions, throw them in.
Mama Pat says if I don't say something Beatles, she'll never speak to me again. My mama raised me on Beatles. I may not have known many of their songs as a little kid, but damn it, I knew every single Beatles song there was out there. So, In My Life is one of my favorites. I like Lady Madonna because I just love the beat. I love that background. Anyways, there's a ton of Beatles songs. I was raised well.
My mother and I just watched a documentary on the Beatles this week.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I've actually got to see Paul McCartney live. He's amazing. He's amazing.
Yeah.
He's expensive, but he's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So fun fact about Kelly. Darren asked how many laps can we swim. I was actually in swim team when I was a kid, and so I swam a lot of laps, like a lot of laps. I love to swim still. So yeah, I'll go to the pool. We've got one just down the block from us. So I'll go to the pool and I'll just swim back and forth because it makes me happy.
I grew up swimming, so.
Oh, I did too.
I can't. I get a back injury. I can't do swimming like I used to. But
see, I would think even with your back injury, swimming would be one of the easier ones.
Yeah, but I mean like long distance swimming. And
oh yeah.
I took my first.
Mama Pat.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, if you asked Mama Pat where I was as a kid, 90% of the time the answer was going to be the pool. I would get out of bed, I'd eat lunch, I'd go to the pool. I only came home because they closed down for what was called family hour, and you couldn't be there without an adult. So I'd go home, shove a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in my face, go back as soon as they were open, and be there until they closed. Yep. And repeat every day.
I took my first swim lesson at 1 year old.
Aww.
We had a private lake, so growing up,
yeah, then you had to. Yeah. I used to go out when I was in swim team. They'd have practice at like 6 a.m. and it would be so freaking cold in the morning, but you had to go swim. You had to. And yes, at the time, I was tiny. There was no extra meat on my bones. So yeah, I would come home just blue.
That's what she's saying,
yeah. Yeah, it was cold. Didn't stop me from turning around going back to the pool as soon as they opened it for public swim, though.
Oh, yeah, of course. I was not a cheerleader. I played sports.
I was not a cheerleader, but I was in flag corps. Does that count?
I don't know what that is.
So like the marching bands, the girls that have the flags that they're twirling?
Yeah.
That's flag corps. I was in that. Yeah.
Kate was in marching band, so I know.
Yeah. Well, so I played a bigger instrument, and I just didn't want to have to march with the big instruments, so it seemed like the thing to do.
Aw. What instrument?
But now, well, I started out on the clarinet, and then I played the bass clarinet, and then I went to the contrabass clarinet, which was just huge.
Yes.
So, way, way, way too big to carry around, and it was fun to swing around a pole. So now if anybody puts a stick or a pole of any sort in my hand, I can just spin it around, and dangerous, but it's fun. Yeah. I wasn't really well, I was going to say, I didn't really play sports in high school, but I guess I did a little bit. I mean, I played tennis when I was in junior high. I don't know if I played into high school at all. That's how I rolled my ankles so many times that they were horrible.
I played a lot of basketball. I was on the basketball teams in middle school. Not in high school, because I broke my foot 8th grade year.
Yeah.
And then, high school was a little different, so I didn't do any sports. And then I had a baby a couple of years into high school, so that kind of
puts a kibosh on things sometimes.
Yeah, but
it's okay.
It's okay. It worked out well.
Things happen. Things happen.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Let's see. Favorite board game? I like Scrabble. We just played it for the first time in a long time a couple weeks ago.
I'm one of those horrible people that likes Monopoly. But then Monopoly. I usually win, so it's,
My favorite board game ever was, I don't even know if it's a board game, but Scattergories.
Oh, yeah.
I love that game.
So we play more cards probably than we play anything else. So of course the latest is Cards Against Humanity, but yes. We play this game. We play this game that's called Nerds, and it's like solitaire on steroids. So everybody who's playing has their own deck of cards, and you're playing like this little game of solitaire in front of you, but all your aces go in the center, and you're playing on everybody's aces. It gets brutal. And there's been potential broken fingers, and there's lots of swear words, and it gets a little evil, but damn, it's fun.
I've heard of something similar.
Yeah.
Darren said this was pretty easy tonight. The questions.
Well, yeah, and these are ones that people have never asked before.
Yeah, this is the chance. What do you have coming up?
So we've got, going through April, so we've got the Hauntacon that is coming up the first weekend in April, and that is in Omaha, Nebraska, and that's hosted by Jamie Chad, who actually is going to be my guest next Wednesday night on the Realm Walker. So she's going to be on the show just talking about the Hauntacon and all of the guests and all the fun things that she'll be doing during the event. So be sure to tune in Wednesday to hear all about that. The second weekend in April is actually Chris's birthday, so I'm not exactly sure what we're doing that weekend, but we'll be doing something, I'm sure. The third weekend, April 18th, there's an event at Ashmore Estates that is, Dustin Perry's had a big hand in that. It's for suicide prevention. And so we're going to be out and be a part of that. And then the weekend after that is Mama Pat and my event, the Dubuque Psychic and Paranormal Expo. That's April 25th and 26th at the Grand River Center in Dubuque.
Nice.
We have about 50 vendors usually that are psychics, mediums, rocks, gems, crystals, singing bowls, salt, lamps, sage, incense, oracle cards, along with haunted locations, paranormal teams, you name it, we probably got one there. So $5 a day, free presentations throughout the day with your admission. But yeah, that's Mama and Pat and my event that we do. That's our first one of the year, so I'm excited to get the expo season kicked off.
Very nice.
That's my April. That is my April. What do you got coming up? Sounds like you've been kind of a busy gal.
I was on Double J Radio this week with Nicole. Let's see. I'm trying to get back into things, and I'm trying to get back to a normal routine and start putting myself out there a little bit more slowly, but so hold on, sorry. Let's see. March 20th, Matt and I will be at the Hinsdale House. I got it right here. April 13th, I'll be on Storming the Unknown on RU Media Network. May 11th, I'll be on the Freaking Awesome Show on the Vibes Network. It's hard to squeeze in stuff in between all the shows.
Oh, yeah.
Running all the shows, so. But I'm slowly, and come, the spring, I'm going to start jumping back in full throttle in the paranormal, so.
That's good, though.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's when things tend to kick off.
Yeah.
So I know that's when they definitely fire up for me again. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's part of me that's like, it's been so long since we've been busy, and then it's like, wait, just enjoy this, because once it gets busy again, you get no breaks. Yeah. So
it's like you long for that break, but then when you get the break, you don't know what to do with yourself.
Yeah. But I don't know. I kept plenty busy. I'm in extreme home makeover right at the moment, so.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
But I like it. It looks good. It looks good.
Thanks. It's not nearly as dark as it used to be, so.
I like it.
It's like super bright in here in the morning, so I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Yeah. Before I forget, I also have an announcement, and I'm wording it like that because I think it's funny. I am taking a moment to announce that I will be making an announcement on Tuesday. So
she's announcing that she'll be announcing.
Yes, that's my thing. I believe it. Watch my page and Paranormal Buzz and all the social media for updates. But I'm pretty sure it will be Tuesday at 5 Eastern, 4 Central, right here, live on Spreaker. So. Thank you, Darren. Yeah, I forgot. I remember to tell everybody or ask everybody to like and share everybody else's shows, but I always forget on this one. I always forget. I don't know why. Favorite actor, actress, I think that changes. I don't have favorites. Like, it depends on my mood, on everything.
Right.
Which everybody knows I have a mood swing every 7 seconds, so.
That is not true.
And I think our guest next Friday, before I forget, I believe it's Denise Pridemore. Okay. I have tissues all over my stuff here, so I can't read it, but I think that's who it is. And then the week after that's March 20th. And I'll be in Hinsdale, so there won't be a live show, but they will be pre-recorded. So, yeah,
super fun.
And I think that's. And then we don't have a guest for the 27th yet, but maybe we'll do a serious paranormal show, just me and you.
What? Serious?
Yeah.
What?
I know.
No.
I doubt it, but you never know.
Why would we do that?
I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us tonight and talking non-paranormal and just hanging out.
Getting to know us.
Giving
us a chance to just shoot the shit. I tried to call her Kelly and Shea Shoot the Shit for our show name, but, you know.
Well, even if I did do it, by the third time I had to type out all the information, there's no way the title would have been that long anyways.
Yeah, because we definitely had to do it multiple times.
Yeah, that was the weirdest thing. There's no seriousness in here. That's right.
Yes, no.
I know. Some people that listen to my show for the first time and don't know me must think I don't have a serious bone in my body. But when it comes to paranormal, I can be pretty serious, but I like to have fun too, don't get me wrong. I'm not boring.
Well, yeah, but...
Alright. Oh, and thank you guys for putting up with my coughing and sniffling and Kermit the Frog voice sometimes. I actually feel better in some ways. I just sound worse, so...
Right. Yeah.
The flu part's gone, so thank God.
Yeah, as long as you're on the mend, it just takes a little bit to get all the crud out of you, so.
Yeah, I'm still getting fevers, so that's the thing I have to, the sucky part.
Still?
Yeah.
Well, that's not good, Miss Shea.
Or again, I didn't have a fever for like a week, and then I think it started yesterday. I started getting fevers again, so. We need another drinking game, okay. That might be a plan. We'll have to figure it out. You want to do some shout-outs for me?
Yeah.
I think we got everybody, but just in case.
Yeah, I think we did. So we have Kim and Chris and Miss Shea, of course. Well, I guess he's Christopher. I don't know if I'm supposed to call him Chris. Sorry.
No, he says he likes Christopher.
Mr. Darren, thanks for all of the questions. And Christopher, thanks for all the questions. Sorry, I will do that and just correct me if I do it because I'm a horrible person. Mama Deb and Allison. Mama Pat, Matt. Mama Deb, I can't remember if I said her already. This is my problem. I have short-term memory issues, and I can't remember who I said and who hadn't already.
Yeah.
I know I saw Fred in there for a little bit. Stephanie jumped in there for just a little bit.
Is that your friend Stephanie?
That is my friend Stephanie. You can always tell if it's her because it's, well, I shouldn't say she's the only one, but she spells her name with an F, just to be unique. So I'm assuming that was her. I'm scrolling.
And we said Matt.
Music. I believe I said Matt.
Okay. I don't know.
I think that might be everybody. Kim. Yeah, if I missed anybody, guys, sorry, I'm scrolling through his live chat.
That's why I like doing it at the beginning and the end.
Thing. Yep.
While you're looking, are you done? Yep. The rest of the last 3 or 4 packages will be going out Monday, so everybody be on the lookout for those. So I got 10 of them mailed. I got 3 or 4 more to go, and so. And
sweet.
Who is it? Hold on. I think it might be 4, including yours. You and Kim makes 4.
For what?
The packages that there was so many of them. I think it's you and Kim are on the bottom because you were host. So the rest I just
have no idea what you're talking about. So I'm just gonna say okay.
Some of them are still from the free stuff we gave away. Some are.
I gotcha.
Others are. Some are that. I don't remember which is which. Others is other free stuff. Not they didn't win them, but others are going out too. So. So yeah, those will be all out Monday. I think it's 3 or 4, something like that. So, all right, guys.
I see.
While I have a voice, I'm gonna say goodnight to everybody, and again, thank you. Anything?
You guys are awesome.
They are. So.
Thank you so much for jumping in here and hanging out with us. We appreciate you.
Yes, I appreciate it. Like I said, I didn't want to leave anybody hanging and just not show up. So until next Friday, have a great week.
Night, everybody.